World of Warships Waterline. Development plan. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. HMS Boris Johnson, thank you for the 28 months. Thank you for the 48 months. And thank you Gnodor for the 25. Okay, let's see. World of Warships Waterline Development Plan Fall 2022. In today's Waterline episode, we're going to recall the new features that have been released since the previous episode and tell you about the game development plans for late 2022, early 2023. Okay. Please note that all information contained in this document is preliminary, but it's still things they want to do. Any changes and new features that we announce may change several times during tests. During each of those testing rounds, we'll carefully consider your feedback. Okay, man, you can't take this sentence serious. We'll carefully consider your feedback and opinions. We'll carefully consider your feedback and opinions. Dude, I'm already in the first sentence, and
we see there's a lot of people who don't like subs. What do you want us to do? Like, we see there's a lot of people who don't like subs. What do you want us to do? Like, we can see.
Yeah, okay, so that was already our expectations of this entire announcement collapsing like a rock, right? This, like, we'll carefully consider your feedback and opinions. Why would they? You haven't done it so far. In fact, you've ignored it regarding submarines for the past 3 years. You've ignored it regarding carriers for the last 3 years. What makes you think that we would believe your claim that now, right? If they haven't given a shit about our feedback or opinions for the last 3-4 years, what on earth makes them think we're gonna believe that they're suddenly gonna do it now? What a nonsense disclaimer. What a nonsense disclaimer. Okay. Roadmap. How long is this? Oh boy. Oh boy. It's 20 minutes long.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Waterline, fall of 2022. My name is Bogsy.
My name is Conception.
It's been several months since our last Waterline. So let's take a look at where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going.
Okay. Let's see it. Let me mute the music.
Recently, we saw the introduction of the French large cruiser branch in the form of Cherbourg, Brest, and Marseille. The main feature of the newcomers is the large caliber
Hello, I was there.
guns. By class standards, these guns are light battleship caliber and all located in the forward parts of the ships. They have a long...
It's funny that Cherbourg, which is complete dog in random battles, like probably the worst ship ever, completely broke their tier 8 clan battle balance. People just spamming that ship and pushing with it, and no one knows what to do against it except doing it themselves. So that's pretty funny. That's actually pretty hilarious. Like, it just goes to show how completely different competitive balance and random battle balance can be.
Reload, which is compensated for by the presence of main battery reload booster consumables. They have a high speed, which is achieved by the improved French engine boost. The citadel of the new cruisers is well protected against armor-piercing shells, but they are quite vulnerable to HE and SAP shells due to the thin
Is it
French
really
plating.
well protected against AP?
Medium to long range is the preferred for them,
What?
but the new ships can also be...
Wait. Is it? What? I don't remember that. But I have the Marseille on this account. I mean, Marseille is probably the best armored version of them all. I'm already questioning what I'm reading. Well protected citadel. 210 millimeters. Is it turtle? Oh, it is kind of a steep turtleback. I guess you could argue it's well protected. I mean, the citadel is still gigantic. It extends all the way from the front all the way to the back. I mean, compared to DM, sure. Compared to Petro, no. It's not going to protect you against battleship AP, but... Interesting.
effective in close range combat thanks to their 139mm high precision secondaries.
The long-awaited line of British
I don't think
battleships
that's
or
really
battle
the
cruisers
reason, but-
entered the arena with low armor, high speed, and specialized torpedoes. Excelling at medium range, they're also equipped with the unique turning torpedoes that have enhanced firing arcs specifically for close combat.
I have seen very
Now,
few
unlike the previous UK battleships, they have
UK
standard
BCs in the
penetration
game.
for their AP
Very
shells
few.
and medium accuracy, but they still have the short fuse AP shells perfect for battling cruisers with a reduced
Generally,
chance of
they have been kind of
engine
MIA.
boost and defensive AA consumables give extra tools to go along with a standard heal that becomes the enhanced repair party at 9 and 10 tiers. Now, true to form, the indefatigable Queen Mary, Tiger, Renown, Rook, Hawk, Duncan, and St. Vincent are all swift hunters of enemy cruisers.
Brand new Superships
Cruise has
were
never been
introduced to the
stronger.
game via the Lighthouse for credits for the first time. French super battleship Patrie follows in the style of Republic with 50%
Okay,
more
I just want to highlight. Okay, the fact that they're bragging about this. The fact that they're bragging about this. Shit, where the fuck is that quote? Where's, oh, here it is. I just want to highlight this tweet. The fact that they're bragging about this is not something they should be bragging about. This is something they should be embarrassed about. Like the fact that they're bragging about selling them for credits. This is something. Look, I tweeted this. When was this? This was July. This was July. So a couple of months ago. This is. Superships are placed in the tech tree just after tier 10 ships. However, their arrival means much more than just the continuation of their respective branches. Superships have mechanics that are entirely new for our game and make a noticeable qualitative jump from tier 10 ships. For this reason, we've opened access to them only for players who have researched or own at least 3 tier 10 ships. This means that any players helming a supership will already have a certain level of experience in the game. And also, to purchase a specific supership, you must also research the tier 10 ship. This was their promise once again. This was their claim on why it's okay to add superships, because they were going to put all these requirements in order to captain one. And then they did the auction bundle and 0 requirements. They're like, I don't know if you can see Shonai's comment, but there were 0 requirements to buy this ship. So everything they just said, they basically discarded. Took a whole month until Wargaming decided having previous experience and understanding of the game before playing a supership wasn't as important as paying them a lot. 3 months. That's how long this claim lasted. And the fact that they're now like being like, yay, what a great auction we had. It's like, come on, that auction was literally a slap in the face of your previous argument, like literally only 3 months ago. That's not something to brag about. That's not something to be like happy about. That's sad. That's sad. You couldn't hold on to this claim for longer than a quarter of a year. Like literally a quarter of a year was how long you could hold on. Like, ugh. Please. That's not. Sheesh.
firepower and a speed boost that lets her boast high mobility. British supercruiser Edgar improves on the Minotaur with a burst fire that also increases damage and penetration.
In update 11.5, the temporary battle type Convoy returned with a number of changes. The battle format.
None of the
was
ones
updated
we
to
asked
include
for.
Carriers, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, and finally now submarines were available to participate.
Yay!
More importantly,
And it didn't
we added
work.
more maps and
It was
placed visible
awful.
routes on them for the convoys to follow.
This really like highlighted how bad Wargaming submarine design was because we played with the idea that the only place where submarines could potentially have worked, the only place where submarines could potentially have a future in World of Warships was operations or convoy. And they tried to put it into convoy, and it was such a hilarious failure, it wasn't even funny. Because it turns out you can't actually protect your convoy against the submarines, because they made them completely undetectable, and they made them hilariously fast. So what would happen was, with a submarine would just pop up next to your convoy in your spawn, without any warning, without any way of preventing it, and shotgun your convoy. And then your team would have to like sail there and try to hunt him, try to prevent it. And while he was occupying half your team, the rest of your team was being outgunned, and it was just it was a complete shit show. So the one historical game mode that where submarines would have actually made sense, they were probably the least fitting. And that really highlighted just how bad their submarine design is, when the one thing where we actually thought, we the players thought that, hey, maybe this has a future, didn't work at all. Like, tragedy.
While updating the interface and tactical battle tips.
Chatham, Elswick, and Clydebank shipyards competed for the title of Best Shipbuilder for the Royal British Navy during Industry Titans. Players chose and supported one of the shipyards to earn special commanders for their new British battle cruisers.
Since the last issue of Waterline, we've had 2 new portal campaigns in our game. Now, the first focused on the war in the Pacific, with the much sought-after USS Black returning during the event. The second campaign
this was pretty
took us
cool.
aboard a ship exploring the secrets of the mysterious navigators, and the Hampshire, with its themed camouflage and commander, added to the armory.
Hampshire was
World
awful.
of Warships celebrates its
Awful.
7th birthday in 2022. During this moment,
I haven't actually reviewed Hampshire, but we played it on Tuesday. Awful. Just like, it's a really, really, really bad Atago.
this event, players can acquire battle performance bonuses known in the community as snowflakes, simply by playing ships. In addition, we took feedback from players and put in a system that allows players to knock out several of these at a time.
This is a good change.
Play through the hundreds of ships that many.
I think snowflakes are coming in a week. Usually it's 1 week after the patch, so that's when we're gonna be able to farm the gifts.
You incredible collectors have managed to accumulate. The farm is open, captains. In addition to performance bonuses, the birthday celebration sees the addition of our own take on a popular board game style that very much fits our world.
The USS Puerto Rico has come back to the dockyard for construction. We heard your feedback about the difficulty of the previous iteration.
Yeah. Uninteresting.
Completely.
Okay. Arms race?
Dog, we heard you like Arms Race. We returned Arms Race during a few temporary events and even tried it out in a season of ranked battles. Despite some concern that it might throw stat tracking and metrics off balance too much.
Which it did.
This thankfully did not turn out to be the case.
How not? Hello? I've had like a 400k damage Zao game. I've never had in Arms Race, I've never had a 400k Zao game in randoms. Like 300k is already insane in randoms. How does it not throw off stats? What? What do you mean did not turn out to be the case? Hello?
The mode was enjoyed by players immensely, so we added it to randoms permanently, replacing the aging mode of Epicenter.
The models of all researchable US.
I like that they just skipped the part that the reason they're replacing Epicenter is because this player base still to this day has no idea how to play Epicenter. It's literally, it says in the name, Epicenter, and there's like a circle in the middle of the map. That's the objective. And the player base, after I don't know how many years Epicenter has been in the game, they still don't understand to fight for that objective. And like 90% of games are won because one side gets the cap and it just instantly ends. Well, whatever. I just think it's funny because I mean the problem is the player base is literally too dented to play the game mode.
US destroyers have been updated with brand new textures and graphics.
This is good.
Even the USS
This is
Sims
good.
was given a fresh coat of paint to go along with them.
This is very
The
good.
biggest economic change to the game thus far took place with the separation of economic bonuses from exterior visuals. No longer do camouflages and signals give economic bonuses.
I mean, this is good from a gameplay perspective, but once again, as the Mighty Jingles said back when this was announced, they didn't make this change because they didn't expect to make money from it. This was very much like, this is not an altruistic choice. This is not a design made out of love for the player base. No, they see profits in it. So that's something you have to understand.
But are instead replaced by economic boosters that let you choose any visual you want without being tied to its bonus. Along with this change came a major visual overhaul of the interface to go along with the new aesthetic.
In update 0.11.8, we updated all operations and even brought some back. New options allow players to participate in more of their favorite ships and earn valuable rewards for it with a new tier system. Now, tier 6 through 8 ships are able to go into battle together at the same time. And the final composition of the team will affect the strength of the bots and the post-match earnings. In addition, the fee for re-entering the battle on the same ship will be removed. so you can return to battle immediately. The economics of operations have also changed. Previously, after completing an operation, a player earned a variable number of stars based on their performance, the rewards for which could only be received once. Now, the stars are removed entirely, and the rewards can instead be earned by completing special daily and weekly combat missions specifically designed for operations, which will now give community tokens as a reward. Together with the update of the mode itself, 3 operations will return in update 0.11.8. The Ultimate Frontier, Hermes, and Cherry Blossom. In update 0.11.8, there are no operations of the week anymore. When playing with a random team selected by the matchmaker, the operation scenario itself is randomly selected. However, you can of course still choose to play any scenario you want as long as you enter into it as part of a division.
The battle camera has been improved.
Oh, okay. First of all of that sounded really, really good. All of that sounded excellent. Like, yes, operations are back. There's different tiers. It scales based on what tiers you play. Like, there's a lot. This is a lot of good things. Don't get me wrong. This is a lot of good things. But what they kind of evaded there when talking about playing a random operation or choosing one as a team is that there's actually significant differences in what XP you get about it. And in fact, a guy was banned off the official forums. Bit of a dramarama time. Basically, for those of you who didn't see it, it turns out that my prediction of how the 25% higher experience for randomly selected ops would work was 100% correct. There was this thread about question of moderator, how does this work, and yada yada yada. So what happened here was I was permanently banned for disagreeing with a forum moderator on the Wargaming forums. Wow, how unusual. That's never happened before. Or how the new 25% experience bonus announced by Wargaming today would work. I was banned permanently for being correct. The data now conclusively shows that Wargaming once again lied to us. Wow, how unusual. Very, very uncommon scenario. The 25% higher experience for randomly selected ops is actually the same experience as usual for randomly selected ops, and a 25% reduction in experience if you form a group and select an operation of your choice. So what this means is that if you, with your friends, decide, hey, let's go play this particular operation, you're gonna get a 25% XP nerf for daring to play anything except the randomly selected operation that Wargaming wants you to play. So this is the moderator claimed that it was a buff, but it actually was a nerf. That it works the opposite way of they said, and of course this is already blowing up. This is already blowing up. This is already being a big discussion here, and yada 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 yada. But yeah, honestly, being banned off the official forums is honestly just a blessing. Like, the only place you will find dumber comments about World of Warships than the official forums is Facebook. So, not a big loss. Not a big loss. I'm sure it will be discarded as a miscommunication, but yeah.
Moved in update 0.11.7 to make gameplay experience more comfortable. We've changed the default base viewing angle.
The interesting thing is they're changing the camera to make the gameplay more comfortable, but I actually don't remember anyone really complaining about the camera. In fact, out of all the mods used, the camera mod was probably one of the least used mods. I look at other people's, I've seen pictures, I've seen like streams and stuff. Very few people actually did anything about it. The problem also with the camera is that it broke a million things, and it seems that gunnery is even worse now, especially spotter plane gunnery. Did they fix the zooming in, zooming, or did they fix the free look bug, where every time you free look, the crosshair would jump? Have they fixed that yet? I actually didn't read if they fixed it.
And in battle, the camera is now focused more direct.
They did not? Okay, so free look is still bugged. For those that aren't aware, I made a vid on the various camera bugs. Everyone just focused on, I guess, the railgun bugs, but there were like a million different bugs. Basically, spotter plane, normal plane, they shoot on a different spot. So if you're aiming normally and you switch to spotter plane view, your crosshair is going to move, despite you aiming not moving your crosshair. And if you zoom in on someone and then you right click to go to free camera and you look back, your crosshair is actually moved. In fact, it moves every time you do it. So There's a ton of bugs with this new camera that, honestly, you would have think they would have sub-tested. Like, you would have think they would have... I don't know. You would think there would have been some sort of quality assurance thing going on here, something to fix this shit, but it hasn't. Like, it's this 3 new bugs with the new camera. This is the video here, and you can see it here. Like this isn't big enough, but apparently also, let's see, let's log onto this Conqueror. So okay, I'm gonna put my crosshair on. Let's put it on the waterline. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. You guys see that my crosshair is literally going all over the place. Yeah, like just to show you guys, I'm not using my. This is my mouse hand. This is my keyboard hand. I'm gonna press Shift. I'm aiming at his citadel. I zoom out. I zoom in. Yeah. I zoom out. I zoom in. So I zoom out. That's one of the bugs. Every time you zoom in and out, you have to recorrect your aim because they fucked it up somehow. And then there's the other bug, spotter point crosshair bug, and what was the other one? Shell speed bug. What was this crosshair bug? Was it the free look bug or something? Wait, what was that? Wait. What was it? Oh, that's just railguns. But yeah, basically there was a shit ton of testing that should have. There was a shit ton of testing that should have been done. There was a shit ton of quality assurance that should have been done before they forced this new camera upon us, and they did none of it. Then there was also the drama of them trying to block the old camera mod until it became a shit show, and now apparently the old camera mod is allowed. So yeah, just a lot of what the fuck are you doing kind of scenario.
On the player ship, field of view and camera height sliders were added to let you custom.
Has the shells falling short been fixed by now? That's never gonna be fixed. I'm pretty sure Wargaming don't even know what's causing it. They have no idea. That's never gonna be fixed. Like, they have no I don't think they even know what's causing it.
Customize it to your liking. Launching torpedoes should now be smoother as we've adjusted the camera changes when you are lining up your tubes, as well as a smoother tracking of the shells that are in the air.
The new camera, like zooming out when using torps, is good.
Changed. To make it more comfortable, you can now swap between the spotter view and the standard.
Can you actually see how bugged it is here? Can you actually see how bugged it is here? I think you can. You see how he's aiming like in front of the ship? Like, can we look at the minimap? He doesn't have the aiming spot on the minimap enabled, but you can see how he's aiming in front of the ship.
Swap between the spotter view.
And now he's aiming above the ship. You see? And he didn't change anything except change perspective. And that's the thing with the spotter plane. Like, it should be locked on the surface of the water, so it doesn't matter what angle you're looking at, it should be locked on the spot on the water. But instead they've somehow, it's just an angle, and changing angle just changes aim all over the place.
And the standard binocular view at will. Ultimately, these changes should make the camera in combat more comfortable for all players, and additional options to customize it just the way you like it.
In addition to the spotter aircraft change, we've made some more quality of life improvements based on your feedback.
Oh.
The bots in both training rooms and co-op battles have been enhanced to provide a more dynamic challenge. The mini-map was given a specific marker when pinged instead of highlighting the entire grid square.
This is good.
Incredible. The container barge can now let you choose which containers you want to open and which you want to store, while also offering a link to the contents and drop rates of every single variety.
The drop rates thing is very good.
Lastly, we updated the descriptions of all premium ships in the armory and the shop to be simpler and better reflect their place amongst newer ships.
The long-awaited new map,
I need to read that before I can comment on it.
It's a brawling, island-filled map from frigid waters that you, the community, decided would come next. We will continue to watch how the map performs and hope to see it in competitive mode soon.
New maps is always great. I mean, the fact that it's... When was the last map? 2020? No, I think it was before that. I think the last map was before that. So the fact that we've gotten like one map in 3 years is a tragedy, but hey, let's rejoice that we actually got a map. I think it's 2019 we got our last map.
A new branch of Japanese light cruisers have been released for testing. The Agano, Gokase, Omono, Shimanto, Takanashi, Yodo, and premium cruiser Tokachi each bring a variation of a stealthy cruiser armed with many low-caliber guns.
With
Good
a horrendous
supports long-range torpedoes with
reload,
good damage and extended
no AA.
arcs, allowing these cruisers to deny area to the enemy when not using their guns. Now, much like the British battle cruisers, the wide torpedo arcs that are made possible by the turning torpedo mechanic are on these ships. They range from 150 to 155 millimeter in caliber guns.
The turning torpedo thing is clearly Wargaming's new pet gimmick. It's kind of when they first introduced reload booster, and then they put it on all the ships. And then when they first introduced improved speed boost, and then they slapped it on all the ships. Now they're doing it with the torpedoes. It's clearly like their new pet gimmick, and now they're gonna slap it on everything.
But each tier packs an ever-growing number of barrels all the way up to the Tier 10 Yodo.
Very soon, Superships Patrie and Edgar will be out of early access and will soon be joined by the Dalarna and the Clausewitz that you have likely already seen, and right now, new Supership Sekiryu and Ushakov are in testing. Dalarna is a classic representation of the European destroyer line. Powerful torpedo armament, strong AA defense, no smoke, and very capable main guns, giving her a wide variety of uses on the battlefield.
What did they eventually end up with the reload on this thing? You had 300k DPM at the start, which they tried to justify as a deterrent against enemy DDs, as if having like insane DPM wasn't just a shit show. 2.8? 2.8k reload. Wait, sorry, 2.8 second reload. Wait, that's... How good is that? What's the DPM on the thing now? A bit over Holland. That doesn't sound too hype because the thing is big. I thought they should have ended at something like 2.5 or whatever. 2.8 sounds sus. 225. Wait, what? Isn't Holland like 210? $225k DPM. Holland is 210, but this thing is much bigger. That doesn't sound like a very good trade. Huh.
In addition to an extra turret over her predecessor Holland, the Dalarna can also...
Look, having an extra turret is great and all, but if you nerf the reload by 50%, almost 50%, while adding 33% more turrets, the DPM isn't there. Like,
alternate between two types of torpedoes in combat.
A heavily armored cruiser with 12 210mm guns, powerful AA, and torpedo launchers designed for long-range raiding, the Clausewitz's gameplay is an evolution of the Tier 10 cruiser.
Powerful AA, isn't it German? Isn't it German? There's no way they're gonna give a German ship good AA in World of Warships. That's like an Italian ship having good AA. That's never gonna happen. I don't believe that for God. First of all, good AA in World of Warships is already like a lol. But a German with good AA? Sus. Very sus.
Cruiser Hindenburg, having higher HP, better armor.
Okay, can they showcase Super Cruiser Clausewitz against the Super Carrier USS Sus and show me the power of the AA? I would be very interested.
Greater firepower and more torpedoes. However, to compensate for this notable improvement over its predecessor in the tech tree, Clausewitz will not have any unique supership mechanics.
Sekiryu, the Japanese super aircraft carrier, is a further development of the Taiho type. It is vastly superior to its prototype in size, hangar capacity, and air defense strength. The project continues the tech tree branch after the Hakuryu,
just what we wanted.
Jet squadrons equipped with either rockets or torpedoes. Their main feature is the high maximum speed of the planes, which allows them to quickly cover significant distances and make swift raids on enemy ships.
How fantastic!
Ushakov is an absolutely massive ship with a total
How
displacement
fantastic.
of over 100,000 tons. One of the variants of the post-war battleship project, Project 24, with 9 457mm guns as main caliber artillery. It follows the Kremlin in the tech tree and carries the main features of its predecessor with a large HP pool and powerful armor at the expense of maneuverability. The main battery excels
Who
at
cares
close
about
range,
maneuverability
and
when you take
Ushakov
no
carries
damage?
many secondary guns to assist in a brawl. After the successful firing of the main artillery, combat instructions can be activated to give a temporary boost to the accuracy and range of the guns. It literally has 4 Smolensks on it. Huge amounts of work have gone into submarines
More
since we
AI.
last saw you on Waterline. Over the past few months...
Wait, what? Oh no. No, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. Holy shit, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. Oh my god, here we fucking go. Oh shit.
We've made many fixes and improvements based largely on your feedback.
Oh, like
For
removing
example,
them?
We changed the matchmaker for submarines and made their queue share.
We have made it. Wait, fuck. This is too good, man. Wait, this is like. Can I play this clip on like repeat in the background in the meantime?
We see there's a lot of people who don't like subs. What do you want us to do? Like,
shared with destroyers. We updated the visual and audio effects for the acoustic pulse, and have tweaked countless other details to create a better experience.
For who?
The hydrophone
For who exactly is the better experience? Because the player base playing against subs fucking hate them, so who's the one who's gotten the better experience here?
is now split into 2 separate consumables. Submarine underwater speed has been
Wait, what was the quality like? What the fuck was this? Hold on.
other details to create a better experience. The hydrophone is now split into 2 separate
Oh, because they're so zoomed in?
consumables. Submarine underwater speed has been reduced, and dispersion has been added to the torpedo launchers to make shotgunning more difficult as a tactic.
But, no, it's still happening all the time. What do you mean? It's still fucking happening. Do we have to show the fucking DM clip again? It's still fucking happening. Like,
You can read about
shotgunning is
these and
still
other
there.
changes in our development blog. Throughout this time, we have been testing different concepts and looking for unique and entertaining gameplay for this class.
It's still so easy
During
to
both
shotgun
closed
it,
and
yep.
open testing, almost all elements.
Are they trying to pretend they fixed shotgunning? There's literally fucking clips about people being shotgunned 24/7 on Reddit. They added a lot of dispersion on the torps, and then they like instantly removed everything they added, and they left a very small amount. Like, if you're point blank, who gives a shit about dispersion? I got shotgun for my full health Kleber this morning. Yeah, I know, it's still there. Are they trying to pretend they fixed it? Because the problem is the arming distance. The problem is that the submarine can launch the torps at point blank range with basically 0 arming distance, and that's why shotgunning is impossible. They could have kept the perfect torpedo dispersion. That's not a problem. The problem is the arming distance. The submarine can pop up on your forehead and instantly arm the torps. And you struggle to get depth charges off, and you struggle to do anything about it. Like, hello?
Submarine gameplay underwent substantial changes of some kind. ASW of some kind was added to most ships.
ASW of some kind was added to our ships.
Torpedo types appeared.
To most ships, not all ships. I love that they're still dodging around the fact that Dutch ships for some reason have 0 ASW.
And submarines even got deck guns. As we move submarines from development to final polishing, your feedback has been extremely important for making the fixes that
Final
have come.
polishing? It's a
Development
shit
has
show.
moved into its last stage, as we are now confident that subs are ready for a full-fledged release into our game.
Oh my god! How delusional are they? Holy shit! How much do they get paid to fucking give us this horse shit? Oh my god. Submarine beatings will continue until morale improves. He actually kept a straight face while saying that. He actually kept a straight face.
Extremely important for making the fixes that have come. Development has moved into its last stage, as we are now confident that subs are ready for a full-fledged release into our game.
Oh my god. They can't even believe that shit themselves. There's no way. They can't be that fucking disconnected from everything about the game and the players. Like, how can they say this literally 1 week after we hear this fucking golden gem?
we see there's a lot of people who don't like subs. What do you want us to do? Like, we can see. We
see a lot of people don't like subs, so we're confident that they're ready for final release, and we're gonna add them to the game. Like, what the fuck? Dude, you can tell that they have this set schedule of when they want to do things, and small issues like the fucking community despising it doesn't matter. Because they have the schedule, and they're gonna stick to that schedule no matter what the hell anyone says, no matter how bad the feedback is, they're gonna stick to that schedule. We don't give a shit. They are here. Dude, what a fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke. Jesus, that is a tragedy, man.
Therefore, we are ready to announce that early access to this vehicle class will begin in the fall. Initially, players will be able to get early access to the US and German submarine lines. British submarines Undine, Sturdy, Thrasher will also be introduced for testing around this time. Based off player requests, a new operation specifically for submarines will be added to the game.
Money, give us money, give us money,
Come the fall, players always eagerly await Halloween. This year, Operations Ray in the Darkness and Saving Transylvania will return to the game, and a temporary Twilight battle-themed mode will be available.
I'm sorry, was he saying something else? Because that's all I heard.
This fall, we will conduct a major testing of cross-realm matchmaking technology. Players from different regions will be able to participate in the same battle. Since the implementation of this technology involves a lot of difficulty and risks in the
What do you mean? They've been doing this on PTS 20 all the time. PTS is literally all the servers.
In the beginning, we will only use it in the new player matchmaker. The specifics of the new player matchmaker will allow us to solve potential technical problems more quickly and efficiently.
Oh shit, this is actually a really bad thing, chat. The fact that they're willing to do cross-realm new players means that there are no fucking new players. Holy shit. That's actually terrible. That's a big fucking red flag. That's a big fucking red flag. You don't merge servers. You don't go through all the effort of coding and making merging of servers happen unless there's a really fucking good reason to do it. Holy shit. Dude, the fact that they're enabling cross-realm for new players in particular means that the new player queue is dead. Oof. That's a huge issue. There's huge desync already, and they want to bring bad pings into the game. Yeah, I mean, the desync issue is horrendous in World of Warships, because the engine is so bad. And now they're gonna add, like, people with 100, 200 ping against people with, like, 30 ping. It's gonna be a complete shit show, I think. The engine can't handle it. Holy shit. Look, anyone who's ever played an MMO knows what it means when the developer announces the merging of servers for a better player experience. Come on, if anyone who played an MMO, you know what this means. No matter how they frame it and how they try to come across as a great positive thing, you know exactly why they do it. That was an oof. That was a fucking oof. I can't believe that. Obviously, they recognize the direction the game is going, and they still continue with their super CV shit. They continue with this forcing of submarines and all this shit. Like, every time I talk to someone who's like, why have you quit playing? It's one of those two fucking reasons. They're not enjoying what the game is becoming. Hello? Wake the fuck up.
If the experiment is successful, we will consider including this feature in other modes and types of battles. Black Friday returns in the fall, and with it, a new batch of ships with special black camos. Get ready to see Napoli B, Kearsarge B, Mainz B, Kalev B, and Shinonome B.
Oh god. In other words, let's double dip on our premium ships that are selling a lot. I think that was some of their best sellers, wasn't it? That was some of their best sellers. Like, Mainz is probably one of the most popular German premiums. Chkalov is a broken carrier premium. Kearsarge is selling giga well. like this, and then they added what Shinonome, so people can get a drop they didn't really want. Napoli is hugely popular as well. I think they just basically took some of their most popular premiums, copy-pasted them, gave them a black camo, and they're trying to make money on it. They're milking. Huh.
We're currently working on a new map, the Seychelles Islands, a map inspired by real geography. This is a new experience for
New
us,
map
as we need
is
to adapt the game
great,
mechanics and
but like, I feel like it's so little so late.
balance specifically for the features of this map. Among the first reviews of the map, many players noted that the location of the islands is a bit unbalanced. So now we're experimenting with the location of the spawns and control points.
Oh yeah, I remember they showed that map. One flank was completely hilariously imbalanced, wasn't it? Like one side could sit in cover and defend it and some shit.
And make this map a bit more balanced and interesting to play. And we'll keep you updated on how this arrangement works.
This year, we are going to have a long and colorful New Year's celebration.
Like, I don't understand why they try to make maps based on real geography. Because, like, they're always shit. It's, like, real maps aren't balanced. They can be inspired by real-world locations. They can have, like, ports and stuff that are historical. They can have islands that are historical. But you can't make the entire map historical, because it's never going to be balanced. And honestly, this game has long since departed anything resembling historical accuracy, so why try now?
We do not want to spoil all the surprises, but be prepared for snowflakes, Christmas gifts, and several special holiday events. Among them will be a dockyard featuring the new cruiser Admiral Schroeder, with the intermediate award being UK battle cruiser Renown in her 1944 configuration. The battleship Renown is part of our British battleship
Yikes,
line,
those reactions
but
on
many
the
of you
side.
mentioned that you would like to see an upgraded version with air defense guns and secondaries circa 1944.
Can he stop?
So we decided to add this as a free reward available to all players as a holiday bonus.
One of the new features we plan to release in the near future will be collective combat missions. These will be tasks with special conditions that require the combined effort of the entire server. The tasks will be performed like normal combat missions, and everyone actively involved will contribute to the progress and reap the rewards if it is completed. Do not let your server fall behind.
In other
Last
words,
year, we
please
updated
play.
the graphics in our game and made HD versions of several maps. In the coming year, on top of adding new maps, we will begin to update the maps that are already in the game. This time, Mountain Range, Strait, North, Northern Lights, Estuary, Shatter, Neighbors,
Worst map.
New Dawn, Polar, Island, and Land of Fire will receive a makeover.
We often organize special game events in which players volunteer to be targets and have the community hunt them down for rewards. We call them bounties. These events will be officially sponsored in the game client this fall with special in-game identifiers highlighted directly in battle to make these events more organic and fun for everyone involved. Big thank you to everyone.
I didn't realize I've been taking part in this event for the last 4 years. That's pretty pog. Big bounty on streamer guy.
Has been a bounty volunteer in the past. We salute you.
Traditionally, the celebration of the New Year will be followed by the Lunar New Year. As always, players will be able to enjoy themed events and content such as a new collection and a unique Pan-Asian commander.
Earlier this year, we introduced a dynamic new temporary mode, Dirigible Derby.
That's
Its first appearance
fantastic.
in our game, Dirigible Derby became one of the most popular temporary battle types.
'Cause it was
and
actually
also
good
gathered
and fun.
extremely positive feedback from players,
Yes.
despite being extremely difficult to say. It's no secret that we regularly test new mechanics in temporary modes with the goal of adding them to the game permanently. And Dirigible Derby is just that case. In addition, you often ask us to add new modes to the main battle types. So, if the updated version of the mode performs well this year, it is very likely that Dirigible Derby will be a prime candidate to add to random battles in the future.
But no. No, that's not what made... No. What made Dirigible Derby fun was that you could literally pick a bunch of weird ships and you could build them just full on brawling and stuff, and then you could have a shit ton of fun in Dirigible Derby. But if you add it to randoms, like... no, because it's a forced brawling mode. That's what made it fun. It doesn't work in randoms. What the fuck is like Slavas and Thunderers and shit gonna do in Dirigible Derby? They're not gonna do anything in it. Like, they're useless. It's gonna be so lopsided if one side gets a bunch of brawling ships and the other doesn't. No. No, how do you ruin a great mode like this? No. Dirigible Derby and randoms. No, I love the game mode. I think it's one of the most fun game modes, but don't no. Jesus, no. Can we just have it a separate game mode? Why does it have to be part of the... Yikes. How did they even fuck that up, man? How did they not realize what made the game mode fun? They're gonna add it, people are gonna hate it, they're gonna remove it, then blame the community for lying. That sounds about right, man. Dude. Ah.
We are working to add more achievements into the game, so look forward to seeing them in different game modes, as well as co-op and clan battles.
I feel like this is also, honestly, a sign of... I think this might also be a sign of, like, not enough players. I think that's also a sign of it. Like, they highlighted how much people loved it and how fucking popular it was, but clearly they're afraid to add it as a separate game mode, because I think they're terrified that random is gonna struggle hard if they add that game mode. They can't spread the population. There's not enough population. In fact, the more I listen to this Waterline, the more depressing it comes across. Like, if you read between the lines, what I'm reading is big player number issues. That's what I'm thinking. Big player number issues is what I'm reading between the lines there. Because, yeah, I mean, if they add Dirigible Derby, imagine that would be so much more fun than randoms with subs and super CVs and shit. Like, that would be a shit ton of fun. Yeah, no, that's gonna be... Jeez, the more I listen to this, like... This is not a very positive Waterline, like, for the game. In fact, most of the things come across as, holy shit, we're starving for players. I thought the player count looked pretty stable as well, Matty Macmillan. That's the idea I had as well, but this is... clearly, they are not thinking the same.
At the end of this year, we also plan a number of technical improvements, ranging from an updated settings menu with a more user-friendly interface and the ability to add new settings, to a revamp of the import notifications and the commander interface.
As 2022 draws to a close and the winter-spring section of 2023 arrives, look for new tech tree branches entering the game. First will be a branch split of American hybrid battleships coming to players in the winter. The three newcomers will be the Nebraska, the Delaware, and the Louisiana, and they will feature tried and true US 406mm guns with hulls based on the Montana branch and the ability to launch tactical squadrons similar to Kearsarge and Tone. In early 2023, a new branch of European destroyers representing European countries, Poland, Norway, Turkey, and Greece will arrive in World of Warships. The concept is under development, however, it will include tiers 5 through 10 and feature powerful artillery reaching calibers of 140mm to complement their torpedo-focused European cousins.
Okay. Gunboat EU DDs. Could be fun.
Thank you all for staying with us this whole time, and we hope that you've enjoyed a quick recap on 22 and a brief look into 2023. Have a great rest of the year, and we'll see you in the next Waterline.
Bye, everyone.
I'm actually really worried about these hybrid ships because what I'm worried about is, look how few guns they have. Actually, no, wait, there is a turret back there. Does this thing have a turret as well?
And they will feature...
Oh, they do have a turret back there. Jesus, what a goddamn abomination. Holy shit. This is what happens when you don't nuke the cyst. Or, no, sorry, not the cyst, the tumor. It spreads, it metastasizes, and you get more. Looks like a case of terminal at this point. Jesus. Okay, let's see. Okay. This is what's already done. The new alliance. Bragging about this is oof. We updated Convoy. I love that they listened to none of the feedback regarding Convoy. The map design was some of the worst I've ever seen in Convoy. Like, if they just had a guy who actually plays the game draw the line on Convoy, it could have been better. But holy shit, like the lines drawn in Convoy were some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like a convoy going through the center on Two Brothers, or a convoy going through the center of like, not mountain range, what was it called? Islands, Tears of the Desert. Like, these insane suicidal lines that you have zero chance of defending. It was like, what the fuck is the point? People hated playing on the defending side and they loved playing on the attacking side, which already tells you how awful the balance in that game mode was. New team, web campaigns, anniversary, dockyard, arms race. The arms race mode played well during Yep. Operations. There's nothing about how the XP thing works that we talked about. Battle camera. They don't mention all the bugs and issues that came with it. Turn on music by the way. Fall. Submarines in early access. Development reached its final stage where we started. We reworked. We are now sure that submarines in their current state fit well into the World of Warships gameplay and are ready for the next step, their full release in the game. Holy shit, man. Man, they are. That is so high on copium. That is so high on copium. Holy shit. Thank you, Kartoffel. And the Schnitten neben dir. No. I mean, submarines I think was something that could have fit well into operations. I think submarines belong in a World War II naval game, but you're never gonna balance them into random battles. Like, the random battle meta is already so packed. You can't just squeeze in a new class. It's never gonna work. Like, especially one with unlimited stealth and stealth on demand and all the issues that submarines have. Like, that's never gonna fucking work. But operations and stuff could have worked well. Convoy could have worked well. But their implementation was so poor it didn't even work in Convoy. And we'll see how it works in operations, but I think it's gonna be pretty boring, because ultimately submarine gameplay is pretty goddamn boring. They made it so arcadey, so hilariously arcadey. It's kind of like carriers. Like, they made carriers so hilariously arcadey, you can't take them seriously anymore. They're just like this silly toddler gameplay griefing class that is just ish. And there are people who really want submarines, mostly on Facebook and stuff. Like, people who, you know, really bad players, casual players, they're like, oh, submarines are so cool. Like, they exist. It's just like, the fact that Wargaming is catering to them is, it is what it is. Players will have the possibility to reset skills and demount upgrades for free. Interesting. Many of you welcomed submarines in Convoy and asked us a separate mode for the ship type. Yeah, I mean, if this isn't an admission that it didn't work at all in Convoy, I don't know what is. They literally made a new operation with only subs, because trying to fit subs with any other class just didn't work. I mean, it's really tragic that the best iteration of submarines we've had in World of Warships was the first iteration of Halloween submarines. I don't know if you remember during the Halloween event. That's the best iteration of subs we've had in World of Warships. Everything since then has been a step down. They worked like 3-4 years to make it worse. It's It's kind of incredible. I think it's been 4 years. Wasn't it 2018? Might have been 4 years already. Japanese cruisers. Ilbing bait by the looks of it. Superships, 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 superships. Superships. Powerful anti-aircraft. We'll see. Crossrealm. This is so worrying. This is so worrying. The number of newcomers playing at the same time is frequently not enough to assemble proper teams, and they have to fight battles with lots of bots. They didn't say this in the Waterline. They didn't mention this part. They didn't mention it, this part. As it happens, the problem with quickly assembling teams is the most pressing for this player cohort. The number of newcomers playing at the same time is frequently not enough to assemble proper teams, and they have to fight battles with lots of bots. This is exactly, this, well, we knew this, we said this earlier. They didn't mention it, but we knew this was the reason. Lack of players. Huge lack of players. This is oof. If the experiment is successful, we'll consider the possibility of implementing this technology into other modes and battle types. Where needed. Where needed. In other words, implementing this technology into other mods and battle types where there's not enough players. Whew. God damn. Black Friday, Lamau. Like, this is sells well, sells well, sells well, sells well. So you can get a ship from a container. You wonder if it's gonna have the same drop rate as the other ships. I think they, by making it tier 6, they can increase the drop rate with the argument that, oh, it's a tier 6. And it's gonna be the one that screws over your drops. Shinonome is a free ship, yes. It's a free ship. You can get it through the campaign, I think. Winter. New map. Seychelles was the one with the huge issues with this cap. This is the one I talked about. Like this cap here, you can literally park a cruiser here and lock down this cap, and the enemy team can't do shit about it. And you have islands here to park behind and shit. Like, this cap is hilariously imbalanced. I don't understand why the cap is here instead of being like here. Schroeder. Dockyard will feature Schroeder as the main reward. Okay. This is what Edgar died for. Secondary Edgar died for Schroeder. So they could make it a dockyard ship. Map updates, this is good. Dirigible Derby. During its first appearance, Dirigible Derby became one of the most popular temporary battle types and received great feedback from players. This is also oof. Bounty hunting, collective achievements, hybrid missions, European destroyers. Dude, that was a holy. Well, that was a. I cannot say that this Waterline gave me a whole lot of encouragement regarding the game. Like, what did we really get from this? What did we really find out from this? Dirigible Derby might come back, but they're gonna squeeze it into random battles where it honestly doesn't belong, and they're doing it because they don't have enough. The player base is stretched too thin. There's not enough players starting the game anymore. They're not getting enough new players, so they have to do cross-realm to basically prevent players fighting bots at the start. They're squeezing in subs regardless of the fact that they're aware that everyone hates them, and they're gonna monetize the shit out of them starting next year. They're adding even more hybrid ships, an entire line of them with more planes. Like, subs, hybrids and super CVs, and a lack of new players, and Dirigible Derby being squeezed into randoms. Like, They 100% want to get new players from subs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. They really want to get people playing Submarines in World of Warships. I think that's why they're so new player friendly and so like done. They're hoping to like get an influx of new whales playing Submarines. Damn. Any new players from subs won't last? I don't think so either. I think it's so one-dimensional, the gameplay. Yikes. I think, like, they're hoping to get new players from it, but I think it's going to drive away a lot of old players as well, because Submarine and CV imbalance is already a reason why people are leaving. And adding more of it? Yikes. Yikes. This was a kind of depressing Waterline, man. I didn't want it to be this depressing, but this was kind of depressing Waterline, man.